We have a MacBook Pro. It's an A1398. It seemed to have two stickers. I'm not sure if this is a rework. I don't think so. If it was, they would indicate here. So it existed under a job card 2141, and now it's 2407. And then it says not turning on. Okay. As usual, when we have a no power device, what we want to do is take the back cover out first to get a better understanding as to what it is that we're dealing with. "2015" was the last line for the A1398. From 2016, that's when we have one missing screw. From 2016, that's when Apple introduced the touch bar lines. So, and also that was when they kind of put a, yeah, this was definitely here before. But it looks like at the time it came, we tested the device and it was working, and then we said to them the device powers on. So they took it back without an actual repair. Yeah, that's actually what we wrote. Says it powers on. So this is the 2012, early 2013. It's one of the ones with the U8900 failures. And also one of the common problem also with this one is sometimes when you have issues with the U8900, which is just I remember the last video I was kind of switching the U80s, so it's U9800 or U8900. So yeah, let's confirm that that is the case. That's a 2012 A1286, and that should be 8203332 should be okay. Let's open that up. 820-1232. Okay, so U8900. So U8900 for this device, it fails in different ways. So sometimes when it fails, there's a particular failure where of U8900 where you get a fan spin, but the device will not post. So I'm not sure if that is what this is doing. This has been here before. It was described as a no power. We checked it. It powered on. So we had to send it back. So let's see what's happening now. We get a fan spin. Yeah. So this is very typical of UT900. Is that UT900? Yeah, okay. This is very typical of UT900. However, you never know. Sometimes, even though something appears to be typical of something, it may turn out to be something else. So first and first, let's head over to the section of UT900. And one of the ways we would fix an issue like that would be for us to reflow UT900. And the reason why we're doing that is because even though oftentimes reflowing a chip doesn't necessarily fix the chip, fix the problem, in this particular case, reflowing the chip actually fixes it. And the reason why that is because U8900 over time it tends to some of the connecting pins they lift off of the board, and then what happens is you get in a partial communication to the board, and what it's supposed to do, which is supposed to be a power regulator for your GPU, that does not happen. So we want to first of all try to reflow the chip and see if that solves the problem. So and then, like I said in my previous video, the chip itself does not fail. So what happens is just the communication side of it, where the chip gets partial contact, the pins on the board gets a partial. So there is a more like a partial communication because the chip is not properly making contact. So that is the way that the chip itself fail. So not that the chip itself it's faulty. Okay, so our board is almost out. Okay, board is out. Hmm. Same as U8900 has been worked on before. See, so this is our U8900 plastic guy. So what we are going to do now is we are going to reflow the chip to ensure we have proper communication. Okay, there's something else that I have just seen now, but first thing I'm going to do is after I finish reflowing this, then I'm going to check what that chip is for, if that might be a problem. So the fact that this has been previously done, that makes me think that that may not be a problem. But let's see how it goes. We are going to check the other chip that looks a bit funny now and see what that chip is for. So this workstation that I have, the one on my right hand side, it's not as hot as the one I have on my left hand side. So when I need when I need more heat, then I resort to the one on my left. So when I need moderate heat, which in that case takes time to get the work done, then I resort to the one on my right. And let's see if we have any. Okay, so that's about fine. So the chip that I saw that looks funny, it seems we have a bit of corrosion around it, is this one here. So let's see what that chip is for. Say again? Yeah, okay. Still, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that chip is U7600, and that is that's on the CPU circuitry. So that is definitely important. U7600. We have a bit of corrosion around it. This here. So we are also going to replace that. Okay. Okay. And let's get a donor board to make her. Okay, we can use this guy here. Will Larry collect the machine? Didn't bother to mention it. Okay, that is installed. Okay, now let's see if we have any changes. So initially we would have a defined spin and then it stops. Let's see if the fans seem to be on. Now let's see if we have Apple logo. It's one thing to have fan spin, is another thing to see if we have, if our device is posting. That we can confirm if we get a display on the screen. Even a question mark folder is enough. So we're only going to connect the screen cable as well as the DC, as well as power through the DC jack. So we hope to get a question mark because we don't have the drive connected, and that is if the device is working. So if the device is working, then we hope to get something on the screen, and eventually, okay, we're still waiting. We don't have anything on the screen yet, and that's quite slow. Now we don't have anything on the screen, because if we have something on the screen, I mean, if we have something on the screen, or if the device is going to boost, if we are going to, if the device is going to post, by now we should be having something, but not yet. Let's just see. Even though we are sure we're not getting any screen detection, let's see if we have our 5 volt line to the screen. Yes, we do have 5 volt to the screen. Okay, that's suggestive that we have that the device is partially posting. Okay, let's see, what do we have on the backlight output? What do we have on backlight output? Okay, we actually have something on the screen. Let's see. Yeah, if you guys can see that, it's quite low, but it's a question mark folder. Are you able to see that? Okay. So yeah, so the one way I was, because I was trying to see if I could get something from the back, but I couldn't because it's quite dim. A PRAM reset will address that. But two ways I was able to confirm that I have a display on my screen and also that I have backlight. So the first thing I had to do was to see, to check for my screen detection, which I checked using my inductor here, L9000. I got my 5 volt, which was indicative that there is power going to my screen. And the next thing I had to do, and that would not be the case if the device is not posting. And then the next thing I then had to do was to see what I have on my backlight output, and then I check, and that I was getting the backlight voltage, which was indicative that the device, I mean, the device needs to be posted before you will get your backlight voltage, and then that was taking place, and then that tells me that yes, indeed, the device is posted. Now, yes, we have tested. The device is quite, the screen is quite dim. A PRAM reset will address that, and so the next thing I just want to do is to clean the board, and then Peter will take care of the rest. I'm just gonna clean the board first, and so basically there are two things that we had to do. Number one was addressing U8900, and like I said, because U8900, because I saw signs of U8900 being attempted before, so chances are that our issue was not U8900 directly, but U7600, which is E7600 is going to be this guy here. Yeah, E7600. Yeah, E7600 on the CPU line. So I kind of I kind of leaning more towards the part that the issue might have been resulted from E7600, especially because of the fact that it was a kind of like random. I mean, and that's very typical of liquid damage sections where you may experience partial communication, and then as a result you have a situation where sometimes the circuitry is working and other times it is not. But yeah, I guess we may never be able to tell exactly which was the issue, whether it was whether it was a fading UT900 uh, due to due to the chip having to have a partial communication of the chip erasing from the board, or it could be the liquid damage on U7600. Well, either ways, what is important is now we now have a working device. So the common failures on this one is obviously U7600, but that should not be your primary, especially if like in this case we see that the device, that section on the board has already been addressed before, and then we saw that U7600 was not looking okay because of liquid, and then we also had to replace it. Okay, as you guys can see, we now have a working board. I will see you guys in the next one. Peter is going to just finalize this.